Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Go find my live chat. Melanie, Christina, Red Rum, Sunnyside, Sapphire. How are y'all doing, ladies? Was y'all scared last night when you went to sleep after the ghost stories? I was sure thinking about it. I could not get that off my mind about that lady being buried alive. Hey, Mandy Hall. It's good to see you, girl. Mandy's been with me a long time. I'll give her a wrench. She's been with me for a long time, Mandy. And Mandy, I think you gave me a super chat the other day. And that day I was very upset. I don't know if I thanked you for it, but thank you. And I apologize for that. When I'm upset like that, I don't hardly see anything that's going on in the chat. Hell, I can't remember it. Hey, Charlie Girl says, Nika, good morning. Ooh, I just love those little paw print emojis. I got my McGruff crime dog sitting right beside of me. Smokey, a.k.a. the Colonel, a.k.a. the King. I was alone, so yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I just wanted to thank you properly, Mandy. I've had it on my mind ever since then. I remember seeing the super chat that day, and I don't think I read it, and I felt so bad about it because I was just so upset. I think most of y'all know how I am when I'm upset. Anyways, I can't get tie-dyeing off my mind either. Like, I just want to tie-dye one shirt. One shirt. But I can't. That's a project for Memorial Weekend to do with you guys. And before we get started on our true crime, we need to be thinking we got what? This weekend coming. Starts tomorrow, Friday. And the week coming to figure out what we're going to do on the live stream. Yeah, we're going to tie-dye shirts. But are we going to have a slumber party? If we're going to have a slumber party, like, what are we going to do? You know, if we do it like an all-night stream, are we going to do it publicly? Are we going to do it like where only members can see it? Like, I got to figure out all this stuff. Hey, faithful one, Cameron. I just love that name, Cameron. Cute picture. Cute picture. Okay. So, this morning, I've been trying to catch up on the Amari Nicholson case. He was missing from Las Vegas, 2 years old. He was in the care of his mom's boyfriend. They was staying like at a motel, but they permanently lived there. And anyways, he claims that Amari's aunt come and picked him up. And, you know, of course, they denied it. They said it never happened. Well, the boyfriend eventually confessed to police that he had killed the little boy. And I guess the motive was he sold his pants. But he led them to the body and stuff. So I have been trying to catch up on that. But first, we're going to watch some videos because I want to take a look at the mom and boyfriend's press conference. Well, it's not a press conference, just when they spoke to the media. Did I say hi to Faithful One? I can't remember who I say hi to. Good morning, girl. Okay, so first up, let's talk about Fotis. Now, Fotis Dulos, Jennifer Dulos' estranged husband. Let me get this comment down. So, when Fotis committed suicide, he was seeing another woman, Anna Curry. Okay. Anna's on the right there with the little striped shirt on. Michelle Troconis is in the middle. Jennifer Dulos is on the left. So Anna put up like $148,000 to bail Fotis out of jail. Now, Fotis, the day he tried to kill himself, He was scheduled to go to court that morning, but he didn't show up for court because he was in his garage trying to kill himself with carbon monoxide poisoning, right? So, anyways, she wants her money back, and they are not going to give it back to her. Am I not screen sharing? Ah, crap it, quit screen sharing. It says the browser can't access your screen. Hold on. Damn shit. What in the hell? Okay. So there's Anna Curry in the little striped shirt. This damn laptop, I'm going to throw it over the hill. Michelle Troconis in the middle. Jennifer Dulos right there on the left. Okay, so she wants her bail money back, and they're not going to give it back to her. Let me get my article pulled up, and I'll just read it from my phone while we're looking at their pictures here. That's a lot of money. So he was seeing Michelle Troconis, and she helped him murder Jennifer Dulos and cover it up. Okay, they got arrested, they got cuffed and stuffed. They was ordered not to see each other. So he hooks up with her, and she is a North Carolina resident. Not that it matters, she lives in North Carolina, but I saw that this morning. Okay, come on, Stanford Advocate. Pull up. Woman who paid deposit for Fotis Dulos' $6 million bond wants money back. A woman described in paperwork as Fotis Dulos' best friend is suing to get a $148,000 deposit back from the bond company that covered Fotis' $6 million bail issue when he was charged last year with kidnapping and killing his estranged wife, Jennifer Dulos. Okay, look, I don't want to subscribe to this. I'm trying to read this, and it's wanting me to buy their newspaper here. Oh, my God. Okay, in a lawsuit filed in federal court in February, Anna Curry, a North Carolina resident who was living with Fotis Dulos when he was arrested, alleges that she is owed the $148,000 deposit she gave 24/7 bail bonds. An agency in Palmetto Surety Company, since the company moved to withdraw the $6 million bond on January 28, 2020. Fotis was charged with murder and kidnapping in the disappearance and death of Jennifer Dulos on January 7, 2020. He was released from custody following his arraignment on January 9th, when Curry paid 24/7 bail bonds a deposit of $148,000, documents said. Anna was prepared to pay the rest of the $420,000 deposit in installments over several months, filings show. But Fotis Dulos attempted suicide the morning of January 28, 2020. At the time, Palmetto Surety Company, based in South Carolina, was about to revoke the $6 million on the grounds it exceeded the limitations of risk outlined in Connecticut state law, filings show. Fotis died 2 days later. Anna Curry now wants the $148,000 deposit returned, but her attorney, Stephen Curley, said 24/7 bail bonds and Palmetto Surety Company are refusing to do so. The lawsuit claims the bond and surety companies misappropriated her deposit. In a motion to dismiss the lawsuit, attorney A. Ryan McGuigan, representing the bail bond company, contends his client fulfilled its obligations by getting Fotis Dulos released from custody. The owner of the company went to his home on January 28th, when Fotis didn't show up in court, and found police attempting to resuscitate him. We moved to dismiss the claim because she doesn't have one, McGuigan said Wednesday. The bond was never declared bad, based on the facts and circumstances agreed upon. She doesn't have a claim for relief. McGuigan said in a motion to dismiss that Palmetto withdrew its motion to revoke the bond, while Fotis was in a New York hospital being treated for carbon monoxide poisoning. New York officials confirmed that Fotis Dulos committed suicide by carbon monoxide poisoning weeks after his death. Curry's attorney did not return a request for comment. Hey, she's screwed. Hey, that's her dumbass for putting up that much money to a killer with as much evidence as they had against him, and they released to the public a lot of the evidence they had against him. I mean, he's guilty. He was guilty of sin. He killed Jennifer. They had alibi scripts wrote up and everything. Those were found in Fotis Dulos' office. Now, their excuse for that, Michelle Troconis here in the middle, the ugly one, was that the lawyer told them to write down, everything that they did that day. Everything, most of the stuff that was wrote on the alibi scripts was what they concocted to tell police to cover their own butts. Hey, Maggie. Let me get over here to my chat. Let me catch it up here just a minute. She is ugly, Shay. She's uglier than sin. She is. I usually don't say that about other women and stuff, but when it comes to these weirdos and true crime, I don't care to bash their looks. They are, because they're ugly on, it's just not like the outward appearance, it's what's on the inside. And let's not forget that ugly thing, gal pal Michelle Troconis. She lied to police several different times. She helped Fotis dispose of evidence. Her DNA was found inside of the trash bags. They discarded I don't know how many bags of trash throughout Albany Avenue in Hartford, Connecticut. They're just going down the street, stopping at every trash can they could find and discarding of evidence. Evidence like Jennifer Dulos' bloody shirt and bra, sponges soaked in Jennifer Dulos' blood. Yeah, and Michelle Troconis' fingerprints, DNA, whatever, was in the inside of one of those trash bags, which means she opened up that bag and was putting items in it. Because I got all kinds of trash bags in the kitchen. If you went in there, if the police did, and opened up a trash bag, you're not going to find my DNA in it. If Mark opens up a trash bag, hey, you're not going to find my DNA in it if I didn't touch it. She had to have touched it for it to be on the inside of that trash bag. I can't believe her. She's a piece of crap. I can't stand her. She was actually going to move into the home. Okay, so here's what happened. Fotis was having an affair with Michelle Troconis. Jennifer found out about it. And she actually left Fotis, and he actually called the police. She left Fotis and went to New York to her mom's fancy-wancy apartment. And Fotis called the police on her. Like they could do something. But anyways, he told her, he's like, yeah, I'm having an affair, and I'm going to move her in here with her daughter with us. And Jennifer's like, hell to the no. And she filed for divorce the next day. Now, I don't know if Michelle was really going to do that, but Fotis told Jennifer he was going to move Michelle in there with her daughter. She was going to be living there with Jennifer and the kids. That's what kind of person she is, her and Fotis. Mandy Hall, the ugly one. Yeah, she's uglier than sin. All she does, she's lucky her ass is out on bail because she's got what? Conspiracy to commit murder charge? She's lucky she's out, and all she's done is complained about her stupid ankle monitor. Why? Cry me a river. And here's something else about her. All of a sudden, she needed a translator in court. She speaks good English. Yes, she has an accent and stuff, but she speaks good English. She's a scumbag and a liar. Scumbag and a liar. And she's going to get her karma for what she helped Fotis do to Jennifer and the children. Because those kids are going to suffer for the rest of their life. Everybody thinks that their father killed their mother. They can't find her body. And then their dad went and committed suicide. Poor kids. Oh my gosh, that's a horrible story. Child left near death by blood loss from lice infestation. Ugh. Okay. So let's move on with that. I don't care if the lady gets her money back or not. It ain't nothing to me, you know. I have to question people's, how do you say that? Morals. You know, when they hook up and support a murderer. I know he wasn't convicted in court, but come on. He was caught disposing of the freaking evidence on video. Not only that, there's like a bunch more stuff, like his DNA was on the kitchen faucet mixed in with Jennifer Dulos' DNA. I believe he left a fingerprint or something on the mud door of the house, and he had never been in that home before. Jennifer made sure that he was never inside of her house. That's what her housekeeper said. Jennifer was very adamant. She did not want Fotis inside of the house, so he had never been inside of Jennifer's rental home. But his fingerprints and DNA was in there because he laid in wait for her to come back from dropping off their 5 kids at school. And then he jumped out and attacked her and murdered her in some way. He either bludgeoned her to death or stabbed her to death or something. They don't know because they can't find her body. All the medical examiner could say is no one could have survived that attack with as much blood that was in the garage. Piece of crap. He just married her for her money because of who her dad was. I think his name's Hillard Farber. Mom's name's Gloria Farber. Okay, so let's move on to a hard case, guys, and I'm going to have to light up for this one. I've been seeing this in the news. I haven't talked about it on here. I've been trying to stay away from the kids' cases a little bit, for a couple of days because they get to me so bad, but I just got to talk about this and share it. It's awful. When in the hell are people going to stop leaving their kids with every Tom, Dick, and Harry around? Somebody please tell me. Like, does people not have common sense? Jesus. Quit leaving small children with your boyfriends and girlfriends, especially when there's been allegations of abuse and stuff. You shouldn't leave them alone with that person, and you should leave somebody. Hey, if somebody accused my man of hurting my kid, and I knew there was truth to it, my ass would be gone. My ass would be gone until I found out what the freaking truth was. I'd probably never come back. Okay. I gotta calm down. We're gonna listen to some videos this morning. That's what I was doing. That's why I was late. I'm catching up on this case. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Police find body of 2-year-old Amari Nicholson. Grandmother speaks out. 2-year-old Amari Nicholson was reported missing on May 5th in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police said Wednesday they had found the body of 2-year-old Amari. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police said the body was located near the Emerald Suites, where Amari was last seen. They lived at the Emerald Suites, the mom and the boyfriend, and Amari. The boyfriend of the toddler's mother, Terrell Rhodes, 27, has been charged with murder in connection with the disappearance of the 2-year-old. Carrie Howard, who lives in Salida, Colorado, is Amari's grandmother. After the murder charge was filed, Howard spoke out about the overwhelming emotion she felt. Okay, I'm not going to read what she said because we're going to watch it. Just let me make sure I shared the audio here. I usually do, but I just want to make sure. And I'll have to mute so it don't echo. Let the ad play. I hate freaking ads. That's why I don't have time to put them on mine. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. They're annoying. 3, 2, 1, let's get it.
This afternoon, the body of 2-year-old Amari Nicholson, who was missing for a week, was found.
It'll go.
His mother's boyfriend is now under arrest.
Tonight, the little boy's grieving grandmother from Salida speaks with KRDO News Channel 13's Kurjan Bianca. Kurjan.
Amari's body was found 800 miles away from southern Colorado in Las Vegas today, close to where he was reported missing last Wednesday. Here, his long-distance grandma says that she would FaceTime him often and was even excited to go on camping trips with him in Colorado. But tonight, she copes with the pain.
I'm broken. This is the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Carrie Howard, the grandmother of little 2-year-old Amari Nicholson, speaking out. She says Terrell Rhodes, who has been booked and charged with the murder of the little boy, is guilty. Terrell is her daughter's boyfriend.
He's violent and he's on drugs. And, so he did it because the baby peed his pants. They found soiled clothes in the room on the initial night of the search that were Amari's.
She's also said she's told that police found deleted videos of the murder on Terrell's phone. Today, Las Vegas police located Amari's body near the Emerald Suites close to where he went missing. We spoke with Carrie before the little boy's body had been found.
I just want to bury my grandson. At least let him have that last moment in peace and not in terror. But it's just time to wait and see what they can get out of him and see where it goes.
A candlelight vigil will be held for Amari in Las Vegas tonight. Carrie, though, will have to attend virtually from Colorado due to a recent surgery. Reporting in Colorado Springs, Kurjan Bianca, KRDO News Channel 13.
Okay, so, I'm not trying to bash anybody, any victims or anything. The mother was in Colorado, but, y'all know what I'm going to say. Why the hell did she leave that baby with him when, people had accused him of being mean to Amari and her? Why did she leave the baby in Las Vegas and go to Colorado? Beautiful, beautiful little boy. That's not all we're going to listen to. We're going to watch his interview with her when Amari first went missing. But I'm going to have to get out of my chat, guys. Let me go to my history. Raw interview right here. Let me get it pulled up and I'll screen share it. Hope this news station don't strike me. If they do, they do. I got a backup channel.
At the Emerald Suites.
What's going through your mind?
We're devastated and hoping for the best of his safe return, and just saying our prayers and hoping that God's looking out for him and that he's not in any type of distress or danger. We just want our baby back as soon as possible in the best condition possible.
And your thoughts?
Prone to the amount that the father's saying that his sister didn't come get him. And if that's really the case, then where's my son?
It seems to be, there's different stories floating around out there. Can you just explain to me what you think happened? Or
He had got a knock on the door at 6 in the morning from a lady representing herself as Giorgio's sister. And then situation process, he's trying to call me to figure out what's going on. And I'm asleep in Colorado and I wasn't able to answer in time, so as he's packing.
Okay, I just want to say something real quick. Let me pause it real quick. Okay, so his story is that Amari's biological father's sister, so Amari's aunt, came and picked him up. That was his story. Okay, let me mute again.
She grabs the baby and runs out the apartment. And by the time he's able to try to go find where she went, she was nowhere to be seen.
So you think this was the father's sister who
Yes.
came?
To my knowledge, yes.
And what is her name?
Jasmine Stovall.
Okay, and his sister. And why would she come there?
Not sure. They knew the area where we lived, but they never knew the apartment, so they stalked us until they were able to find where the baby was. And
Why would she take him?
because the dad wanted to be the father in the child's life.
He didn't want to see him getting raised by me and her. He wanted to be in his child's life with the rest of his kids. Apparently, he has a house. He has a stable foundation with 4 other more children, and the only missing piece was Amari.
I've always tried to be the cordial parent, has never not allowed him to see him or contact him. I just always told him as long.
Let me just pause that a second. Did y'all see his reaction when she interrupted him? Did you see his facial expression? Piece of shit, I hope he rots in hell.
As long as you put in the effort to show that you're trying to be the father, then, you know, that's fine. But he wasn't doing that. He wouldn't reach out, wouldn't call. It would always just be a message, and once in a blue moon. It was never consistent, never like he really wanted to do that. And then we had an argument on Monday, and then he did this on Wednesday.
So, you're saying that she came and took him. Has anybody talked to her at this point?
Police talked to her, we've called, they're denying everything. They've been searched, and he's nowhere to be found, so we're just waiting until he shows up somewhere.
So she's saying that I didn't take him,
Yes.
right? So who do you know who went there with him in the first place then?
What do you mean?
With the hotel, who took Amari to the hotel? Was he?
What hotel?
It was one. Weren't they staying at the Emerald Suites?
Yeah.
Yes, that's where we live.
That's where you live.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm confused. So
We live at the Emerald Suites, and nobody knew which apartment or whatever, so they stood outside watching to see where we were.
okay.
And then that's when they realized, you know, they finally saw Amari and saw him with him, and then that's when they came knocking on the door.
So who was at the Emerald Suites that day then?
He was left with Terrell.
With you? Okay. That's what I thought. And so can you just explain what were you guys doing prior to, or what were you doing in the morning?
Before that occurred, we had just woke up. I had just fed him breakfast, and I was in the room on my phone at this time, laying down.
Let me just pause that a second and tell y'all something. He recorded the murder on his phone and deleted the videos, and the police have recovered the videos.
He's in there playing with his toys, and all of a sudden there's a knock on the door, and it was a woman saying that she was her baby daddy's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she was there to pick up my stepson.
Uh-huh. And did you know her? Had you know her?
I'd never seen any sides of her baby daddy's family,
So you didn't know this
never
woman?
recognized her.
So then what happened?
So then I go to proceed to, okay, I'm gonna pack him a bag up, pack some of his belongings up, and when that happens, I turn around to call her to tell her if this are this true, was this really prearranged?
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm doing that, she says she don't need anything from my stepson. They got everything they need for him, and basically just took off.
So you gave? Did she take him then at that point?
After that, she just basically said she got everything that she needs for him, and just left.
Now, but
I don't think the mom, I feel bad for her. I do. I just don't understand why she left Amari there with him, because he was abusive to her and Amari. But I don't think that she is buying his story. I'm looking at her eye movement and the way her eyes are when he's speaking.
But you didn't know her though, correct? You never seen her. So did you not know this person you're letting take Amari away?
I mean, from my knowledge, I already was told like someone was going to stop by, somebody was going to, but I never knew who. So I still had that in my head that somebody was coming by.
Who said somebody was going to come by?
That's what I was notified from my girlfriend prior to those days leading up.
Okay, so did you tell him that somebody was going to come by and get him?
I never said anybody was coming to get anybody. But I did say somebody would be by. So with that being planted in his head, he
That's what I took that as.
took it as she was there for Amari.
So who do you think actually came to the door and took him away then? Do we even know?
We know, and police are investigating everything and doing the best of what they can to try to reach out to everyone and try to find him wherever he is.
And I'm sorry, just so I'm clear then, who do you think came to the door that day and took him away?
His sister.
His sister, okay. So do you think indeed that was the sister who came that day?
Yes.
To take the, okay. And what did she say to you? I mean, did you talk to her?
Only words that we had were that she was there to pick up my stepson, and that she already had talked to my girlfriend about it. So when I turned around to go pack his bags up, get his few belongings together, she already said that she didn't need anything. They had everything for him, and that was it.
So you didn't even give him all of his things and stuff then?
She didn't take anything.
She didn't take anything from you guys. Okay. So now, did you okay the sister to come and get him?
No, but his family never knew where we lived. They knew the area, but not the apartment number. And I never spoke to anyone giving the okay for anyone to come and take him or have him or anything. They just showed up uninvited.
Okay. I think y'all get the picture. Now we're going to go watch about his arrest. If you want to watch the full interview, I just put the link in the chat. Because we know he's done admitted to detectives that he murdered little Amari and buried him beside the Emerald Suites, whatever it's called, where they lived at. Okay, let me go down here. Let's see. No, we don't want to see that. Hold on, I've got several videos that I watched here this morning. iTeam sources. Okay. Yes, had. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm getting it pulled up here. So there were signs that this kid was being abused. There were warning signs. Okay, share the audio.
The I-Team's Vanessa Murphy. And Vanessa, there were concerns about his safety. Even his grandmother alluded to it leading up to his death.
That's right, Denise. We've learned there may have been warning signs that Amari Nicholson was in danger. Sources tell me within the past year there was at least one report made to Child Protective Services alleging abuse, and the agency looked into the allegation but closed the case without taking further action. I reached out to CPS, but a spokesman says state law prohibits them from discussing specific individuals. As we first reported, now Terrell Rhodes is in jail, accused of killing the child.
Do you think if CPS had investigated more after these calls you're saying the family made, do you think Amari would be safe right now?
Yes, ma'am. He'd be just fine.
Carrie Howard is Amari Nicholson's maternal grandmother. On Monday, she told the I-Team loved ones had been concerned about the safety of the 2-year-old child since his mother started dating Terrell Rhodes last year. On Tuesday, sources told the I-Team Rhodes confessed to killing Amari.
Are you Mr. Rhodes?
The 27-year-old man appeared in court for a murder charge Wednesday.
We would note that the defendant lied for approximately 1 week regarding covering up the murder that he committed against this child.
On May 7th, Amari's mother, Taylor Nicholson, and Rhodes talked with 8 News Now's Joe Moeller. Rhodes was watching Amari while his mom was out of town. He claimed a woman calling herself an aunt showed up to take the child.
And as I'm finna call my girlfriend and pack his bag at the same time, she says that they already got everything that they need for him. Then she proceeded out the door.
But Metro Police say Rhodes later admitted to hitting Amari numerous times, which caused his death on May 5th, 2 days before that interview, and then hid the child's body. According to the Clark County District Attorney's Office, evidence includes blood on a wall and soiled child's clothing. Detectives say they knew Rhodes was their primary suspect, while Rhodes continued to give his version to 8 News Now.
What's really sickening is that people is making assumptions, thinking that I have something to do with it, that I have her manipulated in some way, which that's sickening to me also, because he loves us. I mean, we would never do nothing like that to him.
Police say Rhodes fought with officers and grabbed an officer's gun when they went to arrest him. He will likely face charges in connection with that incident. The I-Team has learned Rhodes was released from prison last year for robbery and burglary convictions. Brian, back to you.
Okay, Vanessa, thank you for your reporting on this.
Damn, y'all, it's so damn sad. I think I got a little video of them cuffing and stuffing him. I know it showed him in handcuffs there a few minutes ago. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a 42-second one, but let's take a look at it. Lord, that poor child. That poor, poor child. And I noticed she's got Terrell's name tattooed on her neck. Huge. Guess there's no volume. Nope. Just showing him being arrested. What kind of shirt you got on? Louis Vuitton? You won't be wearing that no more, buddy boy. He couldn't even talk during that interview, guys. Did y'all notice how bumfuzzled he was and how he was stuttering and stuff because he was trying to remember his lies? He couldn't even make eye contact. When he was talking about, you know, how it was just sick that people would think that he, you know, would manipulate her or do something to Amari. He was looking down at the ground because he knows he is a sick monster, a sick son of a bitch. I hope he rots in hell for what he done to that poor child. And, you know, prayers for Amari's mom and stuff, but it is my opinion he should have never been left in his care. You know, she probably never dreamed he would do something like that. Like, I get that, but I get so tired of reading these stories about men and women leaving their child with their new boyfriends or their new girlfriends, and the kid is beat and killed. I'm just so sick of reading it. Hey, Juju. Let me see if I can get my chat pulled back up here. View on YouTube. Okay. Get pulled back up. I'll probably have to mute here. View on YouTube. Mute. Okay. Mute. Okay, there we go. He should pick on someone his own size. Yeah, killed that child for soiling his pants. Now, another video I watched this morning, I watched all kinds, said that he actually recorded the murder on his phone and deleted it. But you know that cops can retrieve that. They know he recorded it and deleted it. Like my phone, when I record stuff or take photos, even if I delete it, it's automatically loaded up into my Google Photos. Inmates don't like child killers or child rapists. That weirdo from Indiana that they think may be connected to the Delphi murders, James Brian Chadwell, someone beat the hell out of him in jail the other day. Because, you know, he was cuffed and stuffed. He was caught in the act. He tried to murder and rape 9-year-old neighbor's little girl. He did rape her, from my understanding. Anyways, it's a knockoff Louis Vuitton. He won't be wearing none of that crap no more. You know what? I think that crap's ugly. Don't y'all? When you date thugs, you date death. You know, I kept looking at that big tattoo on her neck. You could tell it said Terrell. And she got her child's murderer's name tattooed on her neck. She'll definitely have to get that covered up. I got tattoos and stuff like that, but I don't have crap that I can't cover up. I'd never get tattoos like on my neck and stuff. That kid was in a bad environment. Hell, they live in a hotel. At least he had a roof over his head, but damn, he was being abused. You think that's the first time that man abused that kid? Hell to the no. No, they had been reported to CPS before. I bet his mommy is so proud. Yeah, now Amari's biological father, I think his name is Sergio, his sisters spoke out, and, you know, they were saying that they had thought Amari had been abused before by this weirdo. Anyways, we'll have to see what happens with it. little Amari, I don't remember if I told y'all, but his body was found beside of the suites they lived at. Prayers for that family, the grandmother, no, well, the mother, the grandmother, everybody involved. And I got another horrible story. This happened in my state, Virginia. I saw it yesterday and decided not to talk about it until like they had another update. But this woman stabbed her baby to death and stabbed her 8-year-old daughter. I believe she was stabbed about 50 times. But the 8-year-old lived. And she called her fiance and said, "Don't be upset, but the house may be bloody when you get home." He gets home and he finds her. I think she's in the bed with the kids and their guts are hanging out. I guess that's what disembowelment means, don't it, guys? We're going to read this. This is horrible. Horrible. That poor little baby. Graphic. Mom partially disemboweled infant son. 8-year-old daughter in knife attack that left baby boy dead. Yes, this is awful. A Virginia woman allegedly stabbed her 10-month-old son multiple times in his chest and abdomen, and her 8-year-old daughter at least 50 times during Monday's attack that left the boy dead and the girl seriously injured. WVEC acquired court documents that detailed how Sarah Ganone, 35, her infant son Zell Howard, and her 8-year-old daughter were found together in a bed in the master bedroom of their Newport News home. But both children were reportedly disemboweled. What does disemboweled mean, guys? Does that mean like their insides was hanging out? Put it in the chat. No. Glance back at the chat in a minute. So Ganone's fiance called 9... Let me see if I'm pronouncing that right. I had it wrote down how to pronounce her last name. Let me see. Gano. It's pronounced Gano. Gano's fiance called 911 after Gano sent him a voice message saying, "Not to be sad, but the house would be bloody when he got home." The fiance arrived home and found Gano and the 2 children before paramedics who tried to save Howard's life to no avail. While Howard died at the scene, the 8-year-old girl remains in stable condition after being airlifted to the hospital and undergoing surgery. And she had a guardian angel and the Lord was watching over her. She was stabbed 50 times and she lived and she's in stable condition. Praise the Lord. Gano suffered a single superficial injury, a bite mark, which she reportedly suffered when her daughter tried to flee. Police said that they had been called to the residence in the past regarding domestic disputes between Gano and her fiancé. However, they declined to disclose the outcome of those calls or what those calls specifically entailed. Gano is charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and child neglect. She admitted to stabbing her son and daughter. Court officials told WVEC that Gano is undergoing psychiatric treatment at a hospital. A hearing is scheduled for May 20th. Hold the hell up a minute. Charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and child neglect? Are they freaking serious? She butchered her 18-month-old son and butchered her daughter. She lived, thank the Lord, and she's charged with second-degree murder and malicious wounding? Are they for real? Maybe they'll upgrade the charges. That pisses me off. Let's look at this little weirdo's post. So, my little monsters, the main reason why I've been so absent from here is because of 2 major reasons. We had a big move back to the city we had moved away from, and drum roll please, we're now with Demon Spawn. Yay. So I'm going to try to get back to being active here. This was on Twitter. And her Twitter handle is DarkQT13. Who calls their baby they're carrying, their fetus they're carrying inside of them, a demon spawn? Who does that? And her Twitter handle's like Dark QT. I guess she's into all that weirdo stuff. Like, I'm into creepy stuff too. But you don't see me going around calling my son a freaking demon. Or the spawn of Satan. I may call my rooster that, the devil's rooster. I'd never speak that way of my child. I only call my rooster that because he's mean as hell. I mean, she's just weirdo, tension seeking. And let me tell you something. That looks dumb as hell. Dumb as hell when you pierce your eyebrows like that. That looks dumb as hell. You look like a freaking idiot. You look like you got horns coming out of your eyebrows. It's probably what she's going for. Evil bitch. Hope she rots in hell. Can you believe that? Message her boyfriend. Don't be sad when you come home to blood everywhere. You stupid bitch. I hope she rots in hell. I'm going to have to find us a good way to end the stream this morning because I'm just got really pissed off over these weirdos on here. Killing these beautiful children, pieces of shit. If you don't want them, take them and drop them off at the damn social services. Or a church. Or a fire station. Police station. Give them to a relative. If you don't want them, don't murder them. Seems like to me she want to murder her kids to make her boyfriend suffer, her fiance. You know, you think about that 8-year-old. My son can remember all kinds of stuff from being 8 years old. So, you know she's going to remember this the rest of her life. How terrifying to have your mother coming at you with a big butcher knife. I'm wondering which kid she started on first, killed first. Anyways, the daughter knowed what was happening. She bit her mother trying to get away from her. So imagine what she's going to have to live with the rest of her life. What a freaking nightmare. That's a real life freaking nightmare. I bet she's totally, I know she's traumatized. She may be in shock. Lord, I hope she don't remember anything, but I'd say she will. I hope she don't remember anything. Did anybody ever put what disemboweled means? Let me say, hey, Emily. I missed the eyebrows. Yeah, she got 2 big things pierced in her eyebrows. Looks totally ridiculous. It can't be first degree unless she planned it. And what? She's going to say she has mental problems, rough childhood. I'm so tired of this type of crap. Me too. Like, I had a rough childhood. I've got PTSD and stuff. I have never thought about harming a child, my own child, animal, nothing. Nothing like that. I know people's mental illnesses are different and stuff, but I'm just sick of hearing that. Like, I had a very traumatic childhood. I've had a traumatic adulthood. I'm not violent. I've never had thoughts like that. Now, when I've been depressed and stuff, have I had thoughts about my own self? Yes. Yes, when I had a nervous breakdown one time. Well, I've had thoughts like that several times, you know, when I was struggling real bad. But never have I thought about harming anyone else. The intestines are outside of the body. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Gosh, those poor kids. Okay, let me see if I can find us a TikTok or something to end our stream with. Let me see. I've got some TikTok links. Oh, this one's a funny one. Hold on just a minute. Let me get it shared. We're going to end the stream. I will probably see y'all this afternoon for some coffee on the porch. It's a beautiful day outside. I just hope that the temperature raises up. It, guys, I can watch that over and over and over again. I hope y'all could hear that and see that. Disemboweled when your intestines outside your body. Oh, okay, yeah. That's what I thought it meant. Shay, good ending. Okay, so y'all could hear it. Hey, if y'all were in Discord, I got a TikTok room I post links in. Check them out. Anyways, guys, y'all have a beautiful day. Be safe if you're out. Be kind and peace. And thanks for your support, and thanks for chatting. I love you guys, and I will see y'all this evening. And I cannot wait to spend Memorial weekend with you guys. Tie-dyeing t-shirts, having a sleepover, playing games. I got to get it situated and planned out what we're going to do. Anyways, bye guys. Peace.